What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Just a G back with another video. Today is my update video. I went to the Tyler game and y'all can see the score right there. 37-33. Just disappointing, bro. Disappointing. Whole week people need to lock in. We already knew what the assignment was and we come out here and we just don't execute. I wrote down some notes, so if you see me look down, you see I wrote down a bunch of notes about what I need to talk about and what I think went left in this whole game and why we didn't pull off a win versus number 3 team in the nation, which we really should have beat. We should have destroyed them, but I'll get into that. Okay. I need y'all to sink in your heads. Everybody sit back and really think about it. We should have won that game. The game should have been won, man. We're playing at home. You know what I'm saying? We know what the plays are going to be. We know who got the high hand. We know all this stuff. Yeah, we don't execute. I want y'all to sit back and process now. You see, Saturday, November 8th, it could be some of y'all's last game ever playing football. And that's like 3 weeks from now. And the reason for that is because we have no brotherhood on this team. We have no brotherhood, to be honest. That's half the problem. The players don't hold themselves accountable, and then the coaches have to discipline us on the sidelines, and we look like we've never been here before. I've never witnessed that type of. Bro, half of the game was just disciplining players that weren't acting correct. They're thinking about the past plays, or thinking about what just happened, instead of dialing in on the moment. If you just focused on the moment, that's a lot more plays that could have been made. Y'all might legitimately have to go watch, or not play, but watch one of these teams that you should have beat win conference because we couldn't dial in during crucial moments. I mean, we can just start back from the Trinity Valley game. We can go back to that game. Bad execution, right? Didn't get the job done. Then we played Neo. Once again, bad execution. Finally learned how to spread the ball out, right? After we did that, we went into the NIMBY game, won the game. And then we come home and play Tyler. The moment's too big for us. We lose the game. But there's a lot that went into losing the game. But here's what we're going to start off by saying, right? A team is a group of people coming together as one, brotherhood as one, collective of players, and you work hard to have a goal, to win a goal or do something. And our goal is to win football games, right? So, why do I never see group effort? I see a bunch of individuals trying to get their highlight tape out there, sure. But that doesn't help you win the game. People are going for big hits, not wrapping up. People are seeing the field, right? Seeing, oh, I could get the glory here. I could run the ball this time. I could do this. And they're taking every opportunity to do that instead of just doing what's right. And then your guys, your brothers, eat and win the game. That's the thing. We have no respect for the game. We don't have respect for our own players because if we did, there's certain things that wouldn't be done. You know what I'm saying? The real question is, why did y'all lose? And I'm going to tell you why you lost. The reason that you lost is because they came in and played as a team, as brothers, as a unit, and we didn't. We came out selfish, wanting to be the star of the team, wanting to get the credit, wanting to do all that. People were so caught up in their individual one-on-one matchups, they weren't focused on the overall goal. I'm watching players legit crash out in the middle of the game, basically almost fight. Some people should have got kicked out of the game, in my opinion, just for even being a distraction. I don't know why we're keeping distractions on the field. If you're a distraction, just get up out of here. It's too late in the season for all that. Now we're in a position now, got to win the last 2 games. 2 very winnable games. Same way this Tyler game was winnable. But the execution is never there, right? So it doesn't even matter. It's funny that we're called the Cisco Wranglers because we have to wrangle our players up. Like they didn't know, they're like a bunch of cattle, straight cattle, don't know what they're doing. Have to wrangle it all up just for us to get in the same mindset and get focused. And that's sad. That's truly sad. I don't know why we have to stoop down to our mascot level and be a wrangler. You know what I'm saying? Be a team, be a brotherhood, be coachable, bro. Play as one, you know? That's a lot of this came down to individuality. People wanted to be the center of their attention in the moment. And in the game, the coaches shouldn't be disciplining the players because you're at the game. At that point, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. It's nothing else to talk about. There's no discipline to talk about. There's no how to act. You know what I'm saying? At that point, if somebody's being a distraction, hey, just go back to the locker room. I don't care if you are a star player. Because at the end of the day, distractions loses games, and that's where we had a bunch of distractions, a bunch of penalties. Oh yeah. Don't let me get on the defense. I'm gonna get on the defense today because we had weeks and weeks of defense standing on something, the defense standing on something, and you know what we showed that we were this week a bunch of fakers on defense. Whole defense fakers this week. They dropped 40 points on us at home, and then we didn't even handshake them because that's what we got people who are gonna quote unquote fight, crash out. Defense is a bunch of fakers, man. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a bunch of fakers on defense. Now, you might be like, oh, I gave you the credit last. Yeah, I gave you credit last week and the week before that. But when it came down to the crucial moment, number three team in the nation, what do we do? Sold the whole game, right? And you can only look at yourselves and critique yourselves. And I'm going to give an individual player breakdown, as I always do. But once again, if you didn't sell directly, if you weren't directly selling, you were selling by not holding your brother accountable, right? So at the end of the day, you sold. Don't get it twisted. You sold the game. We should have beat Tyler. We should have beaten Emmy. We should have beat Trinity Valley. We should have been undefeated. We should be number one in conference. But now we're sitting at number 5, number 4 right now because guess what? We can't pull along a string of drives. We can't get the ball down the field, and then we're running the same plays to the same people, right? We just talked about this before. Why are we targeting the same people over and over again, right? For example, we ran the ball effectively in the first half. You know what they did that second half? Stacked the box. And guess what? We didn't run effectively. And instead of going to the pass, you know what we did? We kept running the ball. Adjustments. We made no adjustments. It's like you almost want to lose the game. When you don't make an adjustment, you're going to lose the game. Their team made adjustments. They watched film. Hey, Tyler watched some film. Tyler was avoiding certain players. If y'all ain't noticed, they were targeting certain players and they were avoiding certain players. They were avoiding certain sides of the field. And they did it effectively. And honestly, the score didn't even do them justice because there's a couple touchdowns that they dropped. Number 0 dropped a post ball touchdown. Number 18 dropped a fade ball touchdown. I mean, barbecue chicken out there on the islands. Barbecue chicken. I didn't see anything good out there. Hey, we always talk about defense this, defense that. This time, legitimately, we actually did score the ball. We scored. Okay? Now it's like each week we got one side playing good, then the other side want to play bad. Now, look, hey, the season's long. I understand that, right? But there's certain fundamentals that you shouldn't want to get beat on. You shouldn't want to get beat on big plays. I mean, you get beat down, they drive down the field, that's cool. But we're hurting ourselves with penalties, big plays, and lack of discipline. I mean, that's as simple as that. The lack of discipline creates the big plays that happen, right? Another thing I want to say about the selfishness of this team, right? I'm looking at people reposting film. Why is there when people post their film on the team, I'm seeing people only 10 reposts, right? There's literally 100 players on the team. So why are you not reposting your teammates' film? That's a question of brotherhood, question of character. I thought you all wanted to eat, right? Y'all all want to go D1, right? You all want to get up out of Cisco. Well, act like it. Repost your brother's film. Now, I'll be honest. I have seen some people redo it, right? And there's the same couple guys like Blewett, like Nathan, like number 99. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are going to consistently repost people's film, right? Those are good teammates. But the bad teammates, they ain't trying to repost nothing but their own film. And they're not trying to, you know what I'm saying, post everybody's film. They're not trying to give everybody an opportunity. They're just trying to gatekeep for it. When you gatekeep somebody else, you're gatekeeping yourself. Straight up. The more publicity the whole team has, the better for the whole team, right? So, I don't know why we're not reposting each other's film. I mean, at this point, it's 2 weeks left, right? Y'all could realistically be done November 8th. Y'all got to get a place to go. You better start reposting each other's film. That's just selfish behavior, right? If I was on the team I want my brother, right? Repost my film. That's just the bare minimum, right? And it's just sad because I guess we just never established that unity in the locker room, or we just got a bunch of selfish players, and then we're just allowing the selfish players to keep doing whatever they want to do. Because legitimately, last game, that's all I saw. Big plays, selfish behavior, and penalties. Why? Because you're not disciplined. Because you jump. You know what I'm saying? Why are you not watching the ball? Why are we getting personal flags, bro? Why are we arguing with the refs? Why are we arguing with other players on the team? I thought we don't talk to the other team, right? It's just little stuff like that ruins it for you. Most of y'all on scholarship, right? So you understand that you're here to do a job. If you're not there when the time to do the job, you're out. I'll give an example, right? Punt. Brock nowhere to be found. It's punt. He's always on punt, right? That's costing your team minutes to get out there on the punt. It's costing us time on the clock, which we obviously needed more time because we lost, right? So if you're not ready when it's your turn to play, then don't show up, bro. Let the next man do something, because you're wasting my time. We didn't bring you here for no reason, and that's what it comes down to. We didn't bring people there to be distractions. We didn't bring people to waste time. We didn't bring people here to not play. The people who are playing, you should be ready to get in the game. That's how big opportunities happen. And there was some people who did get in the game and really showed what they had to do, right? But at the end of the day, a loss is a loss, and we got to figure out what's wrong, because there's 2 weeks left, and it could be over with. It's like, another thing I got to say is, like, we take disrespect too well, you know what I mean? Like, we allow people to disrespect our field. After the game, they on our field, you know what I'm saying, flicking up, laughing, you know what I'm saying? It should be none of that. We shouldn't have tolerated any of that. You know what I'm saying? This is our field. It's almost like we play better when we're not at home. Because we're not at home, I guess we don't feel any pressure. I don't know what it is. But at the same time, what's the point of playing football if you can't win a home game? I mean, what are we doing? It's a home game. We had every advantage in the book, and we still lost. We allowed the refs to get in our heads. We allowed ourselves to get in our heads. We allowed mistakes to cost us the game. And quite frankly, bad week for the defense. Bad week. Offense, average week. You know, we didn't do anything bad. Didn't do anything good, though. I mean, we did something good in the first half. Second half, stunk it up, right? Now I'm going to get down to the player of the week, right? We're going to start on defense today, because defense was lacking, right? But we had some big plays on defense, too. Some players that were actually trying to step, right? So, I'm going to just go ahead and go straight to it. Let's go to the roster, man. The roster is going to tell us everything we need to know. So, defense, right? This week, my player of the week for defense. He blew it, bro. Davion blew it, bro. Straight up. Now, I don't know why it's taking so forever to load, right? But Davion blew it. Here we go. 5'10", 170 DB, playing safety. Not only did he have a kickoff return touchdown, which was tough, but he was hitting people hard. He was laying people out. And that's what you got to see from a DB. If anybody was hitting today, it was 12. He actually came out there and stand on business. And that's the type of players that we like to see, because I've been saying this the whole year. I said it last video, said the video before that. He gets an opportunity, he's going to make something happen. He finally did it. And he did it at the perfect time, because we're playing number 3 team in the country. I mean, why not lock in? Right? So I'll give him the defensive player of the game, because he did really good. Now, I'm going to go down the whole defense before I even give the offensive player of the game, because defense, we got to talk about it. If I see you on defense, I'm just going to start talking about you. Here we go. Trey Sharp. How many times do I got to say it? How many times? Let's wrap up for our tackles. If you want to be a good safety, you got to tackle. Wrap up. Don't just run and dive. That's what you have to do. I mean, let's be honest. The whole season, the stats are empty. You ain't did nothing. and nothing happened. I hope that something taps in your mind. You're like, yo, I need to go lay some wood. Because guess what? If you don't, ain't going to be nothing else for you to do. You're a safety. I expect you to make tackles. I saw a lot of diving tackles, a lot of missed tackles. That can't be tolerated, but we're in the last week of the last part of the season. You ain't going to lock in now. It ain't going to be no time to lock in. Number 4, Keandre Lewis. In the beginning of the season, I was hype on him. I was up, right? And then last game, you know what I seen? Game ran by. Literally running by you. Because guess what? You're focused on the quarterback and you're not focused on your man. You almost gave up a touchdown because the dude ran a fade ball right behind you. And it was a couple times during this game where I'm like, hey, what do they tell corners, bro? Don't get beat deep. And what are you doing? You're pretty much getting beat deep, right? So I'd say for the future, focus on your man. That's it. Focus on your man. Because if you don't, you're just gonna get beat deep again, and then we're gonna lose a game off of a fade ball. You're looking out for your own highlight film. You're looking for your own play. You're looking at the ball. You're looking at the quarterback, trying to, I need to get a pick here. That's not how you win. That's not how you get to the next level. The next level is you play as a team. You take care of your assignment first, right? Let's go ahead and go to Cam Gardner. Didn't play that much, so I'm not even going to talk about him. Tate Allen. Tate, been up on you all season too. I didn't see a lot wrong with this, but I did see, I don't know why, but it's like almost like our second unit of linebackers outplays the first. Sometimes at this point in the season now, I need Tyler Masters. I need Tate in at the same time starting every game. Because we need our best tacklers and we need our best players playing. And I don't know why we don't have him and 44 together at the same time, but we need to get that corrected. One of the best tacklers on the team. Gotta get our vocal leaders in the game, right? Gotta keep them in the game. But not a bad game from you. Don't got your stats on here yet, but it doesn't even matter. I watched the game. I saw enough. Jaden Jackson was hitting. He was hitting today. He did his thing. He hurt his shoulder. I don't know if he'll be back. I don't know. But I know he was putting his hat on something and hitting. So, I had nothing wrong to say about that. Our linebackers didn't play too bad, but we didn't play good either, right? Blue had already talked about you. I think you did the best out of anybody on defense today. Ferguson, I didn't even see you play like that. I don't know if you played or not, but because I think I saw other corners getting in, so I don't know if you played, but at the same time, Fergie he good for me. I didn't see him give up no balls. I don't know if he played or not, but I didn't see anything out of that, so it's fine. Let's go to James Adams. Now my computer won't be slow today, obviously because I'm saying something real, but I'm gonna keep talking anyway because you know who you are. James Adams, number 23. Right? So all season you've been playing good. You've been locking up, right? But this game they really tried you, right? Try to throw the ball your way, try to get in your head. You can't let these people get in your head. You got to focus on the next play. You were focused on past plays when you were in the moment, and that's the problem. You can't let nobody get in your head. You got to understand you are the best player on the team in your head, right? You're the best corner, right? Understand that and don't worry about what just happened previous play. Next play mentality. Next play mentality. Next play mentality. Right? You didn't do anything bad per se, but you didn't do anything good like you normally do. So it's cool. Just next time, stay focused. Don't let the other team get in your head. Number 24, AJ Harris, right? So from what I saw, you caught a pick, right? You thought you caught the pick, and then you ran to the sideline, all hype. I knew I caught it. Right? You have to stay calm. Not every play is gonna go your way. Not every call is gonna go your way. But what I don't want to see is now the coaches got discipline on your sideline, tell you stop acting like a kid. You know that's not good looks. Like you know what I'm saying. Understand that not everything's gonna go your way, and when it doesn't, you have to know how to stay calm in that moment. Understand that you caught a pick. I understand that, right? But if it doesn't go your way, next play mentality. Once again, that comes down to selfish nature, selfish behavior. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But I know that you weren't getting as much playing time after that because they're like, his head ain't even in it, right? And you need to keep your head in the game at all times. Understand it's a game. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. Sometimes it goes left. Here we go. 25, Bryce McDonald. Where did I begin? Where did I begin? Bryce, right? You're good. I'm going to be honest. You're a good player. But on the field, you was just crashing out. End of the game, you're just running up, hitting people for no reason. At that point, bro, the game long gone. Forget it. All the talking, forget it. The game over, right? You don't need to keep running your mouth. You don't need to keep saying anything. We understand that you stood on what you did what you had to do, right? Cool. But there's nothing else to talk about. Like, the game over. You don't need to be crashing out. I'm pretty sure I heard Riz say he's going to send you to the dorm, but the only reason he didn't was because you're essential for the team. That's not good looks, but everybody in the crowd can hear what they're saying to you, right? So you need to be the calm and composed guy, like I know you can be, and just be like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Game over with. I did my thing, and you can't worry about every little detail. You can't be out here crashing out because something didn't go your way, right? And that just comes down to being selfish and not being a team player and not understanding where there's a time and place for certain things. Number 26, Dre Douglas. He's getting scrappy today. And honestly, I think he played good. Out of all the corners, I think he probably played the best this game. He wasn't giving up no big yardage. He was trying to hit some. Actually played really good, so don't got a lot to say about that. Let's see. Let's see if I saw anybody know on defense. And number 30, Jaquavius Simmons. Yeah, I mean, linebacker play wasn't bad, wasn't good. I ain't see you do much, so I don't got nothing to say. I mean, like, I got to see more, right? You're a linebacker. I need to see some big thumps, big hits. But I'm pretty sure all the calls, whoever calls these linebackers were making this week, something wasn't going right. Because they had some big plays up the middle that was disgusting. And, I mean, what can I really say, right? We're not fitting. Sometimes we're not even fitting the gap. We're just diving at the gap and then hoping that the guy trips on us. Instead of getting in the gap, breaking down, wrapping up, hitting him, right? Once again, selfish, want to get a big play. And that's not just directed towards you. That's directed towards anybody who's diving at somebody's feet to get a tackle. 31, Corey Andrews. I didn't see him do nothing this game. I don't even know if he played. That's how it really is. This game was really, I don't even know if some people played because I'm watching the game in disbelief, right? 37, Alan Caracho. I think that's how you say your name. You're a safety, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get beat deep. Pretty sure one of the players you got beat deep. So, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, I understand you're trying to hit some. I understand that, you know, you got to keep your priorities, right? We don't give up any big plays. Any of these DBs, any of these safeties. They had a barbecue chicken field day on some of our corners and safeties this week. They really sure ran up 50 on us. So, you know, I want everybody to take a good look at good look at your game film, right? Review the film because obviously somebody's not watching film on our team. Somebody on the team ain't because we don't know what we're expecting. We should be understanding that, okay, number 0 gonna want the ball, number 18 gonna want the ball, and they're gonna run the fast and hard, right? Let's key those guys and make sure these guys don't get nothing. And we didn't key nobody this game. It didn't look like we knew what was gonna happen next. And I'm just surprised that we didn't lose by more because we were not dialed in at all. 38, Addison Ajuku. Once again, linebackers ain't do much. He played good though, freshman, you know, typical stuff. But at the same time, we can't just be like, oh, he a freshman, you know, I don't expect nothing. I expect everybody to play good. He didn't do bad, so I'm not gonna get on him like that. But once again, we didn't have a good game. TJ, Tyler Masters, right? He normally has big games. This game was kind of quiet. I think that's because a lot of these linebacker calls were wrong. A lot of gaps filled in the wrong direction. And I'm pretty sure that I don't know why him and Tate aren't playing at the same time. I feel like that's a better suited core. And I feel like even with our rotations this week, we had like the rotations were not good. We had the same people in it for longer periods of time than it needed to be. We need to get the fresh guys in quicker, and the rotation was so slow where you just there's some of these guys taking a pounding on defense because they're not getting no air. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Let's see if we find some more defense. Should be defensive line now. Okay, so DJ, right? DJ Watkins, he played a little bit of D tackle, Defensive line didn't do too bad, but we didn't rotate enough. Majay Mickles, he did all right. I think he had a couple of tackles, but once again, the rotation wasn't good. The ones were in for too long. The twos weren't in long enough. The two, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just name them out, right? Whenever we have 96, so Nathan, 99, 90. I think a couple of these D tackles, but you have two D tackles. One of them's 99. You have Nathan in there, and then you have 94 on the outside. It gives you a completely different vibe than when the first team is in, because you do completely different stuff, right? And we kept seeing this first team defense go in, and we kept seeing the first team defense get cooked. So obviously, when the first team defense is getting cooked, let's put the second team in. But we didn't put the second team defense in like that. We basically ran with the ones almost the whole game, and basically gave away the game with the ones. And that's terrible. We got to mix it up. We're supposed to have a rotation, different faces, different changes. Mix up the second team with the first team, get a good mesh in, highlight people's strengths. Number 94, right? 6'4", 205 pounds. You're going to have a little more speed on him. On the other side, put 91, right? Fight different sides with different talents, right? We didn't do that this game. This is probably the worst rotation we've had on the D-line all year. 95, Naida Henson. He got in a little bit. Once again, he used to get in more. Why are we not rotating? The rotation was bad. 96, Nathan Nickerson. I know this because I'm watching it specifically. I don't think they ran the ball his way once. Like, legitimately ran. Now, I know they passed. They ran it up the middle once. And I know that they passed it. They passed it on his side a couple times. But they didn't run the ball directly his way once. And I'll tell you why. Because whenever somebody comes to his side, he's gonna get to the ball. He's gonna get to him. He's gonna go down. Whoever has the ball is gonna go down because he's on whatever they on. He ain't no softy. He gonna punch the dude. He punched the tackle every time he's going against him, and pushing him. He's pushing the tackle into the running back, and they kept running it the opposite way the whole game, right? And that's because they watched the film. They watched the film. They understood, and I don't think we watched enough film this week because we didn't know what we was doing. Once again, there's a couple people on the team that I feel like did really good, but it's more on the offensive side of the day because defense wasn't too much to say. Another guy I think that did really good on the defense, 97. When people come his way, he hits some too. And that's the thing. You have to start putting in the guys that's going to get the job done, who's really trying to get to the quarterback. I'll tell you that. And the edge, Nathan, I know he's going to go get the quarterback. I know he's going to. They were avoiding him this week, probably because they checked the stats. They probably just looked at the stats and said, okay, whoever gets sacks, we got to avoid him. 97, same thing. He was 97 and 96. They didn't run the ball their way at all. The ball was barely going their way. They kept putting the ball towards the weak side, and then to the strong side when Martell was in. So it was like, why don't you just pair Martell and Nathan up, right? Put them in at the same time and make them pick, and they're going to run it right up the middle, and then we got McKendy or DJ or anybody who's in there ready to hit. So it's just about the defensive line rotation. We could have got back there more. 98 McKendy Jean, really good game. Played great. Hey, he looked crazy out there. He was getting back there, all that, right? He played good on the D-line. Number 99 did his thing too. Jafet Mukadi, he did good. But at the same time, the D-line, some of them played good, right? But in the overall sense, we didn't have the right rotation on the D-line. Linebacker rotation was sus. The DBs were sus. All DBs were suspect the whole game. I mean, we just talk about the corners. I mean, we gave up a couple touchdowns, but thankfully the receivers didn't know how to catch. So we didn't get beat by 50. But it's a lot of selfish behavior. When you're trying to look at the quarterback and not read your player and not read your man, you're just selfish. But that's what type of team we have. We have a selfish team. And that's the truth. Team is selfish. Everybody wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to be the hero. Now, I don't understand it. We have to start rotating the D-line better. We have to do a different rotation of D linebackers. And we need to put in the DBs that aren't going to be a distraction on the team. Simple as that. If you're a distraction, get him up out of there. I need 24 playing more. I think he's a good player. He ain't a distraction at all. He come out there with ruthless intent. We need DBs that can tackle, DBs that can run, and DBs that can play hard. If you ain't providing one of those three or all three, you're done. I don't even need to see you in the field. Now we'll go to offense. I'm gonna start from the bottom first. I'm gonna do the O-line first. Shout out to the O-line because y'all ain't get a lot of love, but today we're gonna give you some love. Did good, right? So we'll start right here. So before we do that, player of the week on the O-line, right? Player of the week on the offense in general. Chris Abram. Chris. Man, what a game. 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards, I'm pretty sure. First half, we just gave it to you and just said, hey, that's how it's going to be. Fed you the ball and you took care of business. Had one of the best games he could ever have in his life versus number 3 team in the nation. Shout out to Chris. He did his thing. Shout out to the O-line for blocking for him. He did get blocked for. So, Chris, you had a great game. I mean, you did amazing, right? And that's what you like to see. But the problem is, what did the other team do at halftime? They went back in there and they said, Chris, number 22, yeah, this dude's catching a lot of passes. He's running through our whole defense. Let's just stack the box and just stop him for the rest of the game. You know what they did? Just that. They stacked the box, and you know what the play callers, you know our check down was? No check down. We just took the plays that we saw and we ran them. We didn't do any smart thinking. Smart thinking would tell you, yeah, when the 22's in the game, I think we're going to stack the box. And that's what they did. They stacked the box, kept hitting him, kept getting back there. Because why? They're blitzing when they see 22 with the ball because they know he's going to run the ball because he's the only thing that we had on our offense, right? Then we get into the late second half. Fourth quarter. Game's almost over. Now we want to start mixing up the pass, and now we want to start hitting Jamal Hall. Now we want to start trying to take shots. We're making it obvious for them. If we don't get our passing game going and our running game going in the first half, then we made ourselves limited. First half, we was only doing runs for real. Guess what we did? Limited ourselves in the second half. Because all we did was try to continue to do what their defense adjusted for, which it makes it harder. If they know we're going to run and they're playing for the run, why are we still running? That's the time to air the ball out, but we didn't air the ball out to the fourth quarter when the game's almost over. Also, I do want to go back on the penalties, but I'll circle back to that then. We're going to go to the offensive line. Offensive line played good. Very good, in my opinion. I'll talk about the ones I saw get in. Darian Lurks, he got in. He played pretty good. I think he got in. He was like rotational. 60, I'm pretty sure got in. 53, 54. Tally did good. Tally, when Chris was running the ball, he was literally in a pile. I literally saw Tally pick up number 22 and kind of carry him in the air so he wouldn't get tackled. And that's brother mentality right there. That's brother's keeper mentality. That's why you don't let your players hit the ground. That's what I'm talking about, Tally. That's good teamwork, good effort. That's the type of player you want to be. You don't want to be the player who's selfish. Tally ain't have to do that, but I saw him do it. That's a big shout out to you because he gave effort during the whole game. Jeremiah Allen, shout out to you. Did good on the tackle that last game. 53 and Wacobia did pretty good. He played good, especially the goal line. He was leaning on people. Shout out to Ryan. He did his thing. Right, I saw him get in a little bit. Plenty of guys got in. If I didn't get everybody, I didn't. Hector did good too. Hector, big old dude. But he played good. Our quarterback was not getting pressure like that. Very good by the O-line. But the O-line wasn't the problem. It wasn't. We scored more points than we normally do. So that's a plus. The problem was that we kept doing the same stuff over and over again and making it obvious what our next move was going to be. It was so obvious when we were going to run the ball. It was obvious on that that pass play that we had when we had Landon in and we had Cutter in. obviously we have two quarterbacks in the game at the same time. It's going to be obvious. Why don't we just put in number 13, Ant, right? Line him up in receiver. Do that same play with Ant. Ant can throw the ball. He used to play quarterback in high school. Let's make this hard. Our trick plays, make them a little harder. Make it less obvious to see. No one would expect our tight end to throw the ball as a touchdown pass. But guess what? We could have easily did it. And that gets me back on the defense. They ran so many trick plays on us, and we had no one covering the running back. That was terrible, too. I have to say that. That was so bad, I have to go back and mention that right now before I even forget. We can't cover the running back to save our lives. Facts. But back to what I'm saying. Offense, we need to stop making it so obvious on what we're going to do. We're doing the same plays over and over again. We're running the ball in a stack box. I'm like, obviously we're not going to get the first down. Doesn't make sense. All right, now we're going to go to offense. First person I see that played, I'm going to talk about him. Okay, 35, Caleb Kinney. He played a little bit, backup running back. Didn't do too much, but he didn't do bad at all. Number 22 was eating today. Okay. Running back, Kyler Kirkland. Well, Chris Abram. We talked about Chris. 2 touchdowns, played amazing. Player of the game. Kyler Kirkland. He played running back too. He played a little bit. Power back. Did his thing. Wasn't a bad game from him at all either. Right? Did not do too bad. I feel like we should have ran the ball with him and 22 more. Should have used the 2 tight end set more. I don't know why we only used the 2 tight end set like one time and it worked. But if we continued to use it, it would have kept working. So if we obviously, when certain people are in, we're not throwing the ball. Obviously, we're running the ball with certain people. So if we're going to run, let's put both our running backs in and run. You have to put yourself in the position to have brotherhood and trust in your team. I'm going to put my best players on the field. Run a double 2 tight end set. Put some of our best players on the 10, number 13, number 9, right? Put number 21 in the backfield, and let's run the ball, pound the rock. Same thing we can do with number 22. Run the ball, pound the rock. You want to do a reverse play, don't put Landon in to do that. Put in a tight end with no, we would never expect to throw the ball. Have him throw the ball. Touchdown. Guaranteed. We need to put out all the stops for us to win these last 2 games because nothing's guaranteed at this point. We've proven that we can be in the lead and still give it up. Or we can be in the game and still give up, which makes no sense. Steven Eifert, played pretty good at kicker. He missed one of a field goal early in the game. Would it have mattered at the end? Not necessarily, but it could have still mattered. So, he didn't play bad, but I'm saying got to lock in. All right, let's go to the next receiver, Jaden Burnett. Right, he didn't play that much, but I know he had one really good catch. I think it was 3rd down. He did pretty good. Kenneth Rosendahl didn't play at quarterback at all. Didn't have too much to say. Leon Menji, he didn't play at quarterback at all. I don't got too much to say. Number 14, Jamal Hall. Man. What a game. He came back off an injury, off of the turf toe. Had a bunch of receptions in the 4th quarter. Tried to keep us in the game. But here's my problem, right? Why are we just now hitting him in the 4th quarter? Why is he just not getting targets in the 4th quarter? Our all-conference receiver who just got back healthy, we're hitting him up in the 4th quarter, making him have to make some crazy catches. He's catching the ball almost at the ground, diving catches. He ran a real route, had a diving catch, almost took a hit, knew the ball and just dove for it and still got it. I'm like, that's the type of player you want to get the ball to more, right? But no, we failed to hit him up until the clutch moments. Why are we always taking our best players and putting them in clutch moments where it's do or die versus just giving them the ball earlier and not having to put ourselves in a do or die situation? Same thing with the D-line. I feel like, we rotate in the 2s when we're down on the goal line. What are we rotating the 2s on the goal line for? Rotate them back when we're on the 30. Give them a chance to get a stop. If your 1s ain't doing something, put the 2s in. Same with the linebackers. Same with the safeties. Same with the corners. You're getting fried. If I see you get fried on the post ball or fade ball twice, you're out the game. You're obviously not locked in. Same thing with offense. We're not putting in the right people at the right time, and we try hero ball. Now 14 guys going to make a play. You give him the ball on 3rd down when it has to happen, when you have no other option. It's just terrible. Number 13, Anthony Johnson, had a really good game. Caught a deep ball like by the hash on the right side of the field. I think it was like a 20, 30-yard reception. It was really good. Once again, every week I say it. 13, 13. Utilize them, utilize them. And what do? We don't utilize them enough. This dude literally is an athlete. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can catch the ball. At this point, we got to start running the offense through him. Run the offense through the tight ends, please. We have good running backs. Use the tight ends. If you can't throw the ball out, because obviously we're going to throw the ball to a couple people. 14, 5, maybe number 1 occasionally on a jet sweep or something like that. Same thing with 81 on a jet sweep. 15 can get the ball occasionally, but it still doesn't change the fact. It doesn't matter. We need to run the ball through the tight ends and use them more. Now I'm going back to the receivers. Bam. I'm talking about the receivers that I saw play. Which out of all these receivers, I know X got in on a little bit of special teams, did his little thing. Not too bad. But let's go right here. Let's go to 81, right? Corinthia Coleman. He played good a couple, not that long ago. And then guess what? Now we don't give him the ball in the next game. Why? Why are we not trying to get the ball to our playmakers? Shifty guys. You need to give him the ball. I've said it every time. If you're going to throw it in the slot, let's hit up 81. If we're going to throw it on the outside, let's run reverses with these gadget players. They can get up the field quick. We're not using our players correctly. We're not doing it right. And then 84. We're throwing a fade ball to 84 on the goal line after he just had 2 touchdowns off that last week. Tyler watched film. Why are we throwing a fade ball touchdown, fade ball to 84 on the goal line when he just scored on it twice last week? They're expecting that. That's the stuff I'm talking about. It's not rocket science. They know what you're going to do before you do it. They see, 84 is in the game. They're in the red zone. That's what they're going to try to throw a fade ball to, 84, because that's all we've done with him all year. And guess what? Boxed, strapped, all that, because guess what? They know what's coming. It doesn't make sense. Our play calling ability isn't hitting right now. Sometimes you need to check out of stuff when you know it's obvious. Okay. Also, I want to say, going back to number 12, right? Number 12 used to play receiver. Hey, why don't we run a little reverse with him? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we just, line him up on the outside, run a reverse with 12. 12 is obviously good in open space. Obviously, we saw that off of the kickoff. He really had 2 touchdowns off of kickoff returns. They called one back. So, why are we not using our players when we can? That's what I'm talking about when using your players right. 12 is good in space. Why don't we get him in some space and try to see if he can do something and make an impact play? Because sometimes when everything's not working, all you need is one moment. And if we had one more moment in that game, we could have won. That's how easy it would have been. Now we'll talk about number 10, Cutter Stewart. Cutter got the start the last game. It was pretty good. Handed the ball off to number 22 a lot. Had a couple of decent throws. But once again, I feel like the play calling wasn't utilized correctly at all times. I think some things you just checked out of. But overall, not a bad game at all. Did perfectly fine. I like that he threw the ball. He always mixes up with who he throws to, and that's good. Number 9, Brock Boutte. Right? Brock, I need you to please ask for the 2 tight end set. Please. It's going to help you out so much more in your game. Also, whenever on punt, bro, lock in, because I'm not trying to see your play time get cut based off of special teams. I need you to lock in and stay in the meetings and stay in the film room, because Navarro's coming up, big game. We could use the double tight end set, and you and 13 can tear it up and have a big game as tight ends. Keith is out for the season, so that's unfortunate. But we have a bunch of good running backs, so that's the thing about our team. We got a lot of people who can get the job done. Talk about number 2, Landon Vessel. Right, so Landon got in. He didn't get to start this game. He came in, pulled the ball a couple of times on the goal line. That was good right there when he scored on the goal line. That was nice. He had a couple good passes to number 14. He looked better than he did in any previous game before this. Still didn't do anything significant, but because a lot of the throws that he did throw to 14 were like low to the ground, like very hard to catch, to be honest. And a lot of times we didn't see anything. He just run up the middle instead of running towards the sideline where there's more space. And he would take a bunch of unnecessary hits when he runs up the middle. But wasn't a completely bad game, so I don't have too much to say about that other than stop taking hits. And then number 1, Number one, I'm pretty sure they hit you with like a jet sweep or something like that. It wasn't too much. But once again, I don't feel like they gave you the ball down the field much because we didn't throw the ball that well down the field. Most of our plays were just like, let's run the ball. Let's just run the ball. Let's hand it to our running back. And in the first half, if it works, we need to ask ourselves, what is the other team going to do in the second half to stop us? And what they're going to do is stop us by keying number 22 and going to go hit them. And that's all they did. And then when it was time for us to switch our plays up, we never switched. And we rode it out to the end, and we lost because we never gave ourselves a chance by calling the same type of plays when we knew the result was never going to be good. The result never was going to be good if you're doing the same plays from first half to second half, especially once the other teams adjusted. And it was clear. And we didn't pick up on it till like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter when we're down by like 13. When the game's basically over. And that's it. I've basically talked about everything that happened. But the problem with this team is a bunch of selfish players. No one wants to be a brother to another brother. No one wants to help each other out. Don't want to post each other's film. Don't want to retweet other people's film. Don't want to take accountability. Want to be the center of attention. Focus on the wrong things after the game. Focus on the sideline. Focus on what the last play was instead of just moving on and having the next play mentality. Right? And if we don't improve this, season's going to be over in November 8th. A lot of people was talking about, I didn't do a correct review on them. I didn't give a correct, interpretation of their game. Well, some people went out there and proved that I was wrong. Some people went out there and proved that maybe I was wrong. But you know how many people that was? Very, very few. You know how many people I was right on? Pretty much everybody else. So, if you want to prove something to me, go out there and do it. I think we have a bunch of fakers, though. That's how I feel. A lot of fakers on the team. A lot of people who think they're harder than what they are. They think they're tough guy, but they're not. On the field, not a tough guy. We're just giving up a bunch of big plays, not knowing our assignments, not knowing our keys, doing a lot of talking, but not a lot of action, And people don't respect that. At least I don't. You're going to talk about being the best? Then go on the field and prove that you're your best. The coaches got to be locked in, just like y'all. So it makes it easy for y'all to win games when everybody has the right energy. Everybody's focused on the right things. The time to celebrate in the game is the fourth quarter. You should not be celebrating first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. There's nothing to talk about. Understand it's your hype, right? But let's not get out of character. Let's focus on the next play. And that's what we didn't do. Individually, some of y'all can do crazy catches. You can kick the ball good. You can tackle. You might catch a pick here and there. But when the scoreboard ends, right? When the scoreboard ends and the game's over, your other team walked off with the win. Y'all can't talk about nothing. Your individual stats never mattered. None of that. They beat y'all on y'all own turf. Y'all lost. Nothing else to talk about. If that's the number 3 team in the country, and y'all basically beat them being completely disorganized, imagine what y'all could have did when y'all were organized. Imagine what y'all could have did if the coaches weren't worried about disciplining y'all after the game, during the game, before the game, and just had to focus about calling plays and giving you assignments, right? D-line jumped off sides like, bro, I don't remember times we jumped off sides. That was another problem. We have the D-line jump off sides, and we're leaving the same people out there. Oh, I don't know what you expect. I don't know. You expect them to just dial in after that. We got people faking injuries. We came to that point. We faking injuries and then getting up laughing about it. Like what type of unserious team is this? You can't even take this serious. Y'all, we taking the game too light. Obviously, some of y'all don't want to be out there. The coaches should be coaching. They shouldn't have to discipline us. I don't know why we're getting disciplined on the sideline. Why are we acting the way we're acting on the sideline? We can't win games because we don't know how to be mature. We don't know how to act. Right? The people who don't know how to act, I don't expect y'all. I don't want to see y'all in next game. Hey, in my opinion, you know what I'm doing? Taking notes. This player crashing out. This player doing that. Yeah, we're just not going to play him next game. Because it's not worth it. Penalties ain't worth it. the unnecessary drama, getting your blood pressure raised up, ain't worth it. We got to stay focused in on the game. When the sideline's distracted and everybody else is distracted, we ain't winning no football game. And that's what happened. Everybody was distracted. We're not. D-line, the rotation was not good. We're not putting in the right players, not mixing it up enough. Linebackers ain't making calls. Safety's getting beat deep. Corners getting fried on fade balls. The corners arguing with the receiver all game. And then on the offensive line, we're playing fine, but we keep giving the balls to the same people, which does nothing but get them hurt. As I said from the beginning, back when we had number 7, back when we had Keith, I said, yeah, we need to make sure we start hitting a little everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We need to feed everybody the ball, because if we don't, that's how injuries happen. And what happened? Whoop-de-doo. Injury. You know why? Because we gave the ball to the same person over and over again. And now that 22's eating, right? Time to get 21 back in the mix. Get 13 back in the mix. Get 9 back in the mix. Get 1 back in the mix. Get 81 back in the mix. Get 15 back in the mix, right? Give 84 a different route besides a fade ball on the goal line and make it a little different. Make the film look different so we're not doing the same things over and over again on tape. Because at this point, we're predictable. They know what's going to happen when certain people are in. And that's the sad truth. A lot of the players are dogs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the first team players are dogs. Like the starting defense, a lot of them are dogs. But we had a lot of dogs on the bench too. Same thing with the offense. We would have never seen number 22 unless other people had got hurt or other people didn't have opportunities to get in. Number 22 sat there and waited all the way into the Tyler game to really all the way to the Nimi game to really do something. Got in the Nimi game, popped off, then bounced back in the second week versus Tyler, popped off again. And that's just waiting for your opportunity and taking advantage of it. Being a team player, understanding your role. Number 22 could have given up way back when he was the third string running back, right? But you know what he did? He waited around, waited for his opportunity, consistently was a team player, consistently showed up, had his chance, proved it, then came back versus number 3 team in the nation, proved it again with 2 touchdowns, basically 100 yards. That's how you do it. That's a team player. That's unselfish. We have a lot of dogs not being utilized. I want y'all to understand that. Question in your head. How many people are not being utilized the correct way because we have selfish players? There are people who think that you got to play every snap. We got people who don't want to give other people chances. We have people trusting in the same offense instead of trying something new. Why are we trusting in the same thing over and over again and making ourselves easy to read? You don't got to watch football to know if you run the running back 100 times a game, at some point it's going to be done. At some point he's going to get tired. And that's what happened. It was one play, we needed 1 yard, we had to take 22 out, and then we didn't get the 1 yard because guess what? 22's tired because we were running him all game. We've been throwing the ball to him out of the backfield all game. You know what I'm saying? We're not giving ourselves enough chances. We're not. And then when you look back on it in this whole season, you can only blame yourselves for, I'm saying, this selfish behavior, this selfish mentality. There's a bunch of individuals on this team, not enough players, not enough team players. I'm not going to sit here and say the whole game was on y'all. I'm not going to say the whole game was on the defense. I'm not going to say the whole game was on the offense. Defense didn't play good, I'll tell you that. Offense didn't play great, I'll tell you that. We did just enough to stay in it, but the play calling wasn't good either. Sometimes you gotta understand, bro, like if you do the same thing over and over again, it's not always gonna work. You have to understand when, yeah, this hasn't worked the last 2 drives, let's switch it up before we get out of this game. That's what we did. We waited too long to make our adjustment, and then by the time the adjustment started working, it's like 5 minutes left on the clock now. Now we're on 2-minute drill timing. We did get the ball back, and then when we got the ball back, the 2-minute drill was terrible. One of the snaps hit our quarterback in the head, fumbled the ball. I mean, the game was almost over right there. So we need to practice 2-minute drill every week, because at this point we should have been doing that, but we get in these tight situation games and then just sell it. and I don't know why. And basically, what I'm saying is y'all are beating yourselves. Y'all ain't playing for one another. No rotation, selfish behavior, high-headed players crashing out. People wanting to be a center of attention. People want to get their film right. People don't want to repost other people's film. All that selfish stuff adds up, and it makes y'all terrible. Like I said, you can claim to be your brother's keeper. You can claim that, right? But I don't see it. Like literally half the players, I don't see it. I see a bunch of individuals caring about themselves, not caring about what's going on in the game, not caring about winning. And then when this game turns into an individual game, that's why you don't win. That's why the record looks like it looks. Because we're not trying to win for each other. The time for that is long gone. We've already lost. We've already lost too many games. I'll just go to the schedule right now. We're probably ranked, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be ranked either 4th or 5th in conference, which means basically if we don't win out, we're out of there. If we do win out, we'll probably qualify. So do it that way, what you want to do with that. Conference right now, we're 2-3. You got to win 4 games to make it to at least make it. And if we make it, guess who we're probably going to play first round? Tyler. So, perfect opportunity to get your get back on the team that we should have already beat anyway. But Tyler this time is going to know, some of our corners are barbecue chicken. Some of our safeties are barbecue chicken. Sometimes we don't make the right calls. Let's just run it anyway. Right? So, if we don't mentally check in, we'll just get beat the same way we got beat last time. Maybe let's stop jumping off sides. Let's stop taking unnecessary penalties. Let's watch film this time and understand who the key players is. Key in number 18, key in number 0. Let's not let them get the ball. Stuff like that. When we play Tyler again, because if we beat these two teams, if we beat Navarro and beat Blinn, we will be playing Tyler again. And it should be easy. Right now, we're 3-3 overall, 2-3 in conference. Look at that. Home, 1-2. Why are we losing? Why are we better away than we are at home? We're 1-2 at home and 2-1 away. And then we're allowing people to disrespect us on the field, taking pictures on our field. And then we're so undisciplined, we can't even shake hands with the players after the game because our coach is in fear that we're going to fight after the game. Because why? We've got people crashing out for 0 reason. If you can't even shake the hand with the other team after the game, we're long gone. Way too far gone. And honestly, Tyler's going to expect y'all to run the same thing that we did last time because guess what? We ain't made no adjustments on any of our film. Last week, guess what we did? We played Nemi. All we did was the same couple plays. We threw it to the same couple guys. This week, when we threw it to 14. They didn't expect 14 to be playing. When we threw it to them, guess what? First down. First down. You know why? Because they watched film and they ain't see 14, and he was out there cooking. Maybe let's throw it to the guys that don't got a lot of film because they don't know anything about them. They don't know what they're capable of. Let's just stop throwing to the same routes to the same guys because that's what they watch on film. They're gonna watch our film, understand, yeah, but we only throw to 2-3 players and we're gonna run the ball with the same guy over and over again. All you're gonna do is be like, okay, when this guy's in the game, blitz. When he's not in the game, obvious pass situation. And if not, the quarterback's gonna scramble. And if you're scrambling up the middle, we're just getting free hits on the quarterback, which we did too many times this game. At this point, it's time for everybody to get a chance to eat. Number 1 needs a chance to eat. Number 81 needs a chance to eat. Number 15 needs a chance to eat. Number 5 needs a chance to eat. Number 14 needs a chance to eat. I should see everybody with a catch. If next game I don't see everybody with a catch, something went wrong. Everybody needs the opportunity to touch the ball at least once. It's not about favoritism. Somebody's going to be open. It's going to be a different guy each time. Figure out a way to get the ball to these people. Figure out a way to get the ball to number 13. Figure out a way to use a 2 tight end set. I would rather see 2 tight ends 30% of the game. Third down, let's get both tight ends in the game and do something. Second down, let's get both tight ends in the game and do something. First down, that's the time for us, okay, let's run a little underneath a crossing route with number 1, number 2, hit number 1. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Number 1 be open half the time, he don't get the ball. Number 81, he's such a sticky slot guy, you can just hit him up, give him a one-on-one isolation. Get him on a little wheel route or a little crossing route and just run him up the sideline. There's a lot that we can do. There's so many people who on the team who should be playing at the next level, but we don't got the right mentality. Don't got the right, you know what I'm saying, focus. don't have the right drive for the game, thinking about themselves 24/7. But guess what? We have Navarro next week, and it should be interesting. Literally, Navarro on Saturday the 25th is the 19th right now. We have plenty of time to get ready and get right. Number 11 team in the nation. They're not good. Like I said before, they're not good. I just might have to break down their film so y'all know what to look out for. Because obviously some of us ain't watching film. So at this point, you might have to watch Navarro's film, and I'll comment on who we need the key players to watch for, and how we can stop them, and how we can go against their team and beat them. Because we have nothing to lose now. It's either win or go home. Do you want to win? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Do you really want to win, or do you want to go home? Are you ready for your football career to come to an end at junior college this quick? Because I'm not. I think that each team in this conference is super beatable. We should be undefeated right now. Y'all get yourselves a chance to go to playoffs and win these next 2 games. Y'all can realistically beat Tyler, and you can realistically beat Trinity Valley, because that's probably who plays second. And you can realistically win the conference and do it all. Even with how bad it's gone so far, you can still do it. This is a matter of locking in. That's it. You don't overcomplicate it. Don't do none of that. We play away versus Navarro, thankfully, because obviously we play better at away games. So, away game at Navarro, you have a couple of days to get your mind right. I'm probably going to go get a Navarro game and go watch it so we can know who their key players are. And then I'll make a video explaining who their guys are and who we need to watch out for. If you made it to the end of the video, I want you to comment down below. I want you to comment down below and say something. Give me your opinion on what I really said. Give me your opinion on, am I right, am I wrong? Give me your opinion on what you think about the season. Have y'all heard feedback on the video and click on the video about, and just skip to the part where I talked about you, right? A lot of people like to do that, like to go on the video and click on the part I talked about you. And that's selfish, because the whole video is built for y'all to watch. But the videos ain't that long. Ain't longer than no football game. You be watching that. So if you can go in the comment section and tell me how many times I said lock in during the video, I'll cash app you $20. 20 big buckaroos. My Instagram is officially_him with 2 M's. If you comment down below in the comment section, I'm going to be looking. And tell me how many times I said lock in. $20 on the table for you. And I'll help you out, because it's JUCO, bro. You need to eat. $20 is enough to eat you some food. If you commented correctly, you get that $20. So go back and watch the video and tell me how many times I said lock in. And even those last 2 lock-ins I said it counts. And that one counts too. Comment down below how many times I said those words, and you'll get $20. Just text me on Instagram and screenshot me your comment. And if you got it right, I'll cash app you that $20. But I appreciate y'all watching the video all the way through. Huh? Only one person will win. Also, that's key moment about this. Only one person will win. The first person to comment right gets the $20. Not anybody who just does it. If 20 people comment the lock in and they all guess the same number, the first person who guessed it will get the money. So if you already watched the video, do it. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all watching the video. Understand that there's only 2 more games left, and November's right around the corner, man. If you don't win the next game, you might as well just hang up the cleats now. You lose Navarro, the season's over with. You lose the blend, the season's over with. It's about how bad y'all want it. It's about being unselfish. And unfortunately, about 50% of the team, 70% of the team is selfish right now. And the key players that aren't selfish need to rally together and figure out a way to become a player-led team and stop relying on the coaches to correct us 24/7 when we can correct ourselves. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm probably going to do some breakdown of Navarro. Get y'all some insight on what y'all need to look forward to. And y'all have a good night.